George and Sally Hayden are the fourth generation to dairy farm on the Hayden home place. Before taking over from George's parents, both of them worked in town. They made a choice to come back in 1979.
I always wanted to raise our family on a farm because I grew up on a farm. You're always home. You're always here. Mom and Dad are always on the farm.
Both George and Sally work full-time on the farm. Today, that's unusual for a small operation like theirs. To make ends meet, one person usually needs to have an off-farm job.
We just work good together. As we, both go to the granary, I get some stuff out of the granary, and Sally's feeding calves, we'll give a hug or a kiss middle of the day. Well, how? Anybody else? Where are your husbands today?
They divide the chores, but meet up twice a day for milking. The barn is a place to reconnect and talk about what comes next.
Sometimes, you have a day like chopping or whatever. It feels good to get in the barn and just slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a relief for us too.
In the barn, probably 90, maybe even higher than that, 90% of our decisions on the farm are made during milking.
Their barn has room for only 36 cows. Still, they're committed to keeping their farm small, a size they can work themselves.
In a lot of the big herds, the owners don't milk anymore. It's all hired. That wouldn't be for me. I like milking cows. Because I like the satisfaction of getting the herd built up to where I got it today. It gives you a feeling like you did something. It's just not milking cows. I know the animals. I can think back like, oh yeah, this one was ornery. Her mother was ornery. But yet her grandmother was a nice cow.
Even though he grew up on the farm, George says he didn't really know how to farm. He took a 5-year farm training course and talks with other farmers and his vets.
I noticed a lot of young people are starting out first thing as a new tractor or this and that. And according to the classes, what I got out of that is what makes you money is the cows. Put your money in the cows.
George and Sally make do with older equipment, fixing things as they break down. The changes they do make are geared toward getting more milk out of their cows.
I felt like, we'll do things the way Dad did. Well, that didn't last very long. If we had did things the way Dad did, we'd been belly up already. We started feeding the cows better, so we at least doubled milk production from what my dad had, if not even more than doubled. And we had to do that, boost milk production to keep milking in the small barn.
The cows average an impressive 80 pounds of milk every day. Still, to make ends meet, they've started milking extra cows in the summer.
I will say when we lived in Eau Claire, we had money in savings all the time. Then we bought the farm. It's never happened since. But it's a different way of savings. Your savings is paying off the land, or the farm, I guess is the way to put it. But I never regret coming back to the farm. A lot of it seems like when I worked in town, you just did the same thing every day and every day. What you kind of do with farming, you got to milk your cows 1.5 hours in the morning, 2 hours, 1.5 hours again at night. But the seasons change. Every spring I look forward to cutting that first field of hay. There's nothing that can explain the being out on the tractor on a sunny morning and that smell of fresh cut hay. To me, it's better than any perfume on the market or anything. Fresh cut hay and fresh plowed ground.
The home place has been a dairy farm for more than a century. But George and Sally believe they will be the last to milk in their small barn. They'll hold on until their son Gary takes over, when they foresee a transition out of dairying and into crop farming or raising beef cattle.
You look out this barn door, and is there any better picture to see out there? Our goal is to work as hard as we ever have to hang on the farm. I don't ever plan on selling the farm. I plan on dying here. And I like it here. If I got to milk cows till I'm 80 years old, I don't have a problem milking cows. Maybe 20 cows, just have something to do.